Hello,
Hey.
Amila.
Hi.
Hi, Amila. How are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Doing
Hi.
well, doing well, doing well. How's life in Vietnam?
Very good. Very exciting. Never boring. There's always something going on, something to do. Lots of traffic.
Wow, lots of traffic. Yeah, I've seen pictures. I haven't actually been to Vietnam, but I see where it's rather
Yes.
congested. So good, good. So now, you have an interesting background. You were born in Germany or born in the U.S. Can you tell me a little bit about your background and then also how you got into teaching online?
No, I was actually born in Eastern Europe, but I grew up in Germany and the States. And I've always had many languages in my life. I grew up trilingual, and I started teaching English as a volunteer. Just I had a regular job, full-time job, and I started teaching English in the evenings as a volunteer. I liked it so much, and all the students they're very happy and grateful, and they said, "Oh, you really helped me," and this this really inspired me to continue to teach. And then I started to teach online. I found many online opportunities, and that's basically what I'm doing today. And I've been doing this for a while now.
Yep,
It's
yep,
yeah.
good, well, good. And then you get to travel while you're doing that, so that's nice as well. So,
Yes, it's
yeah,
very flexible.
good. Yeah, I was looking at your background too. It does kind of remind me of
Mhm.
Sprout. It has those Sprout colors. I guess you got lucky when
Yes,
it came to that, huh? So,
yes,
yeah.
lots of green.
Yep, yep. So good. Can you tell me a little bit about working at Sprout, what it's like? Like, it's group classes, what the pay's like, just different things like that. Just a brief overview.
Well, it's just little classes, 1 to 2 students, so they're easy to manage, and you get to really interact with the students. You get to know them because classes are 6 to 8 months, so you'll be with the same students for about 6 to 8 months. It's kind of like almost teaching in a real classroom where you spend a long time with the same students, and you get to know them really well and how they are in class, and what the best teaching methods are for the students, so you have a long time to really help them to improve.
Okay,
And so
good.
I would say that's probably the best part and most rewarding.
Okay. What are the qualifications for a teacher? And there's two types of teachers, right? There's a trial teacher and then a group lessons teacher. Can you talk a little bit about that?
uh, that's right. So the minimum is a bachelor's degree, and it has to be corresponding to the subjects that you may be teaching, since there's more than one subject. So for this company, it isn't just ESL. There's all these other subjects that would again just resemble a real school. It would be just like a regular school. We have science, literature, history, writing, and basic ESL.
Okay, good, good. And then now the teachers have to be from the U.S., UK, or Canada. Is that another requirement, right?
North America,
North
USA and
America.
Canada. Yes.
Okay, all right. So no UK at the time then.
No UK at this time. For now,
Okay.
it's only North America.
Okay, got it, got it. All right, and then what's the pay rate like there? I see that's rather flexible, but also too pretty high pay.
Yes, it starts at $18 per hour. It can go anywhere up to $30 per hour, depending on the subject and how long you've been with Sprout.
Okay, and for the normal ESL teachers, because most people that are going to be watching this video are ESL teachers, what can they expect as far as pay?
Well, I'm guessing it would be the minimum, the starting pay at $18. But again, it all depends on experience and how well you do in your interview and mock class. So there are many factors that determine, the pay rate, especially in the beginning.
Okay, got it. Now, can you tell me a little bit about the interview process? Like, first of all, you turn in your resume. What happens if they accept your resume? What's the next step?
Okay, if they accept your resume, then there would be an interview that's about 30 to 40 minutes. You may have one or more interviews. Then there's a mock class that's 15 to 25 minutes. And this won't be with actual students, this will be with the Sprout staff. And they'll provide the materials, and then we'll just see how you do. I mean, you may have to do more than one mock class, you may have to interview more than one time.
Hmm. Okay.
Yes, but that's just basically it.
All right. And then after that, what's the onboarding like as far as once they say, okay, you're Sprout material. All right. What's the
Okay.
next thing?
Then basically you'll have your classes booked for you. You'll provide your available schedule, and they'll book your classes, and you'll get started with your first few classes, and hopefully your bookings will pick up, and you'll have more and more classes as it goes on.
Okay. All right. So, will your I know one of the main things that people are looking for is that they have a schedule that fills up. That's one of the complaints about, like, well, anyway, I don't need to
Yes.
mention the schools. So, is Sprout, though, is it pretty reliable as being able to fill up your schedule rather quickly if you're good?
In my experience, yes, since there's also so many different subjects that we can teach. So there's so many students. I think for especially for ESL and literature, there's plenty of students,
Mm-hmm.
anywhere ages 5 to 15.
Okay. What are the working hours then, as far as the peak times?
Peak times are from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Beijing time.
Hmm. Okay, and that's Monday through Friday, no weekends.
Monday through Friday, weekends, it's 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Beijing time again.
All right. Well, good. Good. So let's see. So we've talked about the interview process, the onboarding process, the pay rate, qualifications. So basically, all of the basic stuff. We've gotten that out of the way. Now, when it comes to Sprout, can you talk a little bit more about that? I know the classroom environment. You said there's 1 to 2 kids, possibly
Mhm.
maybe three. But what's the classroom materials like and so forth? Is everything provided for you? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, everything is provided for you. For example, I teach literature, so we are provided electronic books and electronic PowerPoint presentations that we can use to prepare for class. And then in class, you're using Zoom. You would share your screen and go through all of the materials with the students. So it's very basic, very simple, and easy to engage the student.
Okay, good. And now with the well, from looking at your background, it doesn't seem like you need one of these really jazzed up backgrounds. You don't need a lot of props and everything like other teachers do. Is that true
Yes.
for the ESL teachers as well? They don't have to go crazy with TPR and little
I
puppets,
think
or?
as long as it's kid friendly, and as when you keep teaching, you'll see what works for students, and I think that'll motivate you to try different things and try different reward systems. Like, for example, they love panda. So what I
Mm,
do is just I have something like a panda ball now, and I just go panda up. Like if they do a really good job,
okay.
and I just love experimenting with different things. Sometimes I change my background and change the reward systems, and that just I don't know, makes it more interesting, and I get to try out different things and see what they like.
All right. Now, for any new teacher that's applying, are there any tips or tricks when it comes for the interview, when it comes through the process? Any advice that you can give to them?
I would say the most important thing is to stick to the objectives. It can be really overwhelming to pay attention to everything and TPR and get into the whole process. And then what ends up happening, especially in an interview, you might be thinking about everything you have to do and then forget to focus on maybe the most important things. So the most important thing is to just focus on the objectives, but then do things your way. Remember all the things that you have to do, all the requirements, but then completely relax and just be yourself. It sounds cliche, but it's really true. Just kind of do it your way. Remember everything you have to do, but then just kind of put your own spin on it. Do it your
Hmm.
way and remember to have fun, and I think it's going to go great.
Okay, good, good. Any last advice about Sprout? And if you don't have any last advice about Sprout, maybe for anybody who's brand new to teaching, if you could give them some advice. They're looking to the
Brand new
online
to
world.
teaching.
Hmm.
Yes, well, I think, just like in a regular school, you're going to see so many different types of students, and there'll be some that are effortless and then some that are more challenging. So if there are any classes where the student is maybe not so engaged or mm, not very, see, that doesn't participate as much as maybe another student,
Hmm.
the best is to just kind of ask them about themselves, engage them in the class, and take a time out. Again, always use a reward system. They really appreciate it. Yeah, make it more personal. It's very flexible online, so you can really kind of put your own style to it, make it more personal, let the students get into it slowly.
Hmm. Okay. So,
Okay.
all right. Well, I think that's about it, isn't it? Is there anything else to add, or we all good?
No, that's it. Good luck
Okay.
to all the future teachers, and thank you, Brett.
Yeah. Thank you, Amila. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.